He's not wrong to be cautious. The Vikings shelled out $300 million in free agency, beefing up the D-line with Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave. This roster's built to win now, but with McCarthy not a 41-year-old rental. Still, that tiny things can change whisper has me wondering, what if? Here's the hook. Kwesi's playing 4D chess while we're all refreshing Twitter, X, for updates. Vikings fans, are you buying this McCarthy hype? Or do you think Kwesi's got a Rodgers ace up his sleeve? Tell me. I need your hot takes. Now, let's talk Kevin O'Connell, the coach who's got us dreaming big. He's the one who chatted up Rodgers, building that great relationship Kwesi mentioned. O'Connell's a QB whisperer. Just look at what he did with Darnold in 2024. Could he have worked magic with Rodgers too? But the vibe's shifting. O'Connell's all about long-term vision, and McCarthy's his guy. Reports say he looped in the front office during those Rodgers talks, but the focus stayed on JJ. It's like he dangled the Rodgers carrot to keep options open, then pivoted back to the future. Smart move or mischance? The suspense is real, fam. Imagine Rodgers under O'Connell's play calling. Those deep shots to Jefferson would have been fireworks. But now it's McCarthy's turn to shine. Vikings Nation, are you Team O'Connell on this? Or do you wish he'd gone all in on Rodgers? Let's hear it. Alright, let's get real about JJ McCarthy for a sec. Drafted number 10 in 2024, this kid's got Michigan grit, national champ pedigree, and he's been grinding through rehab to get ready for 2025. Vikings Wire says he's working on gaining weight and hitting OTAs hard. That's our QB1 in the making. But here's the catch, he's unproven. 0 NFL snaps, 1 preseason injury, and now the weight of a 14-3 team on his shoulders. Kwesi's betting big, saying, "This is the outcome we're headed towards." It's a bold call, either a genius move or a rookie roulette spin. Can you feel the stakes rising? I'm torn. Vikings Nation. Part of me wants Rodgers' veteran swagger, but JJ's potential has me hyped. What about you? Are we rolling with the rookie? Or do you think we need a proven arm? Drop your predictions below. I'm all ears. Let's flip the script. What if Rodgers had landed here? Picture this. Aaron in purple, slinging it to Jefferson and Addison with Hawkinson over the middle. Our 2025 offense could have been a cheat code. 14-3 last year proves this roster's legit. Rodgers might have been the missing piece for a Super Bowl run. But there's a flip side. He's 41, coming off an injury, and his last full season wasn't exactly MVP level. Plus, the drama. Oh, the drama. Every press conference would have been a circus. Was that worth the risk when McCarthy's waiting to grow with this team? The what if is killing me, fam. Rodgers could have been our Favre redux, a one-year wonder, or a total bust. Vikings fans, weigh in. Would you have rolled the dice on him? Or are we better off with JJ? I need your hot takes in the comments. Back to reality. Pelissero's update on March 30th has me buzzing. Minnesota isn't likely to open up, he says, and that very small percentage chance feels like a dagger to the Rodgers dream. The Vikings are signaling to the league. McCarthy's our guy, and we're not looking back. It's a shift from earlier vibes. Remember when A.J. Hawk, Rodgers' buddy, said the Vikings not closing the door meant something? Now it's like Kwesi and O'Connell are locking it and tossing the key. Rodgers might be stuck waiting for an injury or a desperate team in 2025. Is this saga finally dead? I'm on the edge of my seat. Vikings Nation. This feels like closure. But with Rodgers, you never know. What do you think, over and done or one last twist coming? Hit me with your thoughts below. Let's talk fan vibes because Vikings Nation is split down the middle. X posts are wild. Some fans are like, thank God, no Rodgers. While others are crying, we need him to win now. It's a civil war out there, and I'm loving the passion. We're all in this together. Diana Rossini threw gas on the fire, saying Vikings fans have to come to grips with the Rodgers possibility. But after Pelissero's update, it's trending toward relief. One ex-user wrote, "Skol JJ, let's build the future. Are we finally uniting behind McCarthy?" Here's the hook. Our fanbase drives this team. Your voice matters. Fam, are you Team JJ or still holding a torch for Rodgers? Jump in the comments and let's settle this. Purple pride's on the line. Alright, let's project forward. 2025's around the corner, and the Vikings are gearing up. McCarthy's got OTAs and minicamp to prove he's QB1 material, and the front office is hunting a veteran backup. Not Rodgers, but someone steady. Brett Rippon's in the mix, but they want more depth. Meanwhile, Rodgers could sit out the whole year. Imagine that. The guy who's owned us for decades, benched by his own waiting game. Pelissero's hinting he might return in 2026 if a team gets desperate. That's a wild twist. Could he still haunt us down the road? The suspense is unreal. Fam, we're building for now and later, but Rodgers looms like a ghost. Vikings Nation, what's your 2025 vision? McCarthy leading us to glory, or Rodgers staging a comeback? Tell me everything. Let's wrap this saga with some big-picture love. The Vikings are in a golden spot, 14-3 last year, a stacked roster, and a coach-GM duo that's got our backs. Whether it's McCarthy or a curveball, we're chasing that Super Bowl we've wanted for decades. Rodgers, he's just a chapter, not the story. But man, what a ride it's been. From maybe he's ours to nah, we're good. This saga's kept us on our toes. I'm proud of us, Vikings Nation. Through the highs, lows, and endless rumors, we've stayed loud and proud. That's what makes us the best fans in the NFL. One last tease. What if McCarthy flops and Rodgers is still out there? Nah, let's not jinx it. But it's fun to wonder. What's your final take? Fam, are we stronger without Rodgers, or did we miss a shot? Lay it on me. Skol, Vikings Nation. We've made it to the end of this wild ride. The Aaron Rodgers saga might be fading, but our fire's burning brighter than ever. J.J. McCarthy's got the keys, Pittsburgh's got Rodgers on speed dial, and we're ready for whatever 2025 throws at us. Bring it on. I've loved breaking this down with you. Every twist, every what if, every passionate debate. You're the heartbeat of this channel, and I'm pumped to keep rolling with you through every Vikings moment. So what's next? Draft hype, free agency steals, or McCarthy's rise? Let's keep the convo going. Here's the deal. Smash that like button if you're all in on this Vikings journey. Drop your hottest takes in the comments, and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't miss a second of Vikings news. Share this with your crew because Purple Pride runs deep. Skol forever, fam. See you in the next one. Skol, Vikings Nation. What's good, my purple and gold family? It's your diehard Vikings fan here, ready to dive into the wild roller coaster that is the Aaron Rodgers saga. Because, let's be real, this drama never sleeps. Teaser alert. The four-time MVP might have just fumbled his shot at wearing our horns, and I've got the juiciest details to unpack today. Picture this. It's March 30th, 2025, and the NFL world is buzzing. Rodgers, the guy who's tormented us for years in Green Bay, is a free agent, and whispers of him joining the Vikings have had us on edge for weeks. But hold up. NFL insider Tom Pelissero just dropped a bomb. It's Pittsburgh or wait. Wait, what? Are we finally free of this Rodgers circus? Stick with me, because this story's got more twists than a Minnesota winter storm. Here's the hook. After months of speculation, it looks like our Vikings might be slamming the door on the Rodgers dream, or nightmare, depending on how you see it, with J.J. McCarthy waiting in the wings and the Steelers circling like vultures. This saga's hitting a breaking point. So, grab your skull chant and let's break it down. Could this be the end of the Rodgers to Minnesota hype train? Alright, fam, let's set the stage. The Vikings finished 2024 with a jaw-dropping 14-3 record. Yeah, you heard that right, only to watch Sam Darnold walk away to Seattle for a cool $100 million. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers, the 41-year-old legend, is out there floating in free agency limbo, and for a hot minute it felt like Minnesota was his golden ticket. But oh, how the tides have turned. NFL insiders have been all over this, and Pelissero's latest take is crystal clear. It's Pittsburgh or wait. That's right. Our Vikings aren't exactly rolling out the red carpet for Rodgers anymore. After weeks of will they, won't they, it's starting to look like General Manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah and Coach Kevin O'Connell are putting their chips on J.J. McCarthy. our 2024 first-round pick. Can you feel the tension building? Here's where it gets spicy. Rodgers apparently had a high degree of interest in Minnesota. Imagine that, the Packers' old king in purple. But the Vikings? They're not budging. They've got a plan, and it's all about the future. So what do you think, Vikings Nation? Are we dodging a bullet or missing a golden opportunity? Hit me in the comments. I need to hear your takes. Let's rewind a bit, because this saga's been brewing like a pot of Minnesota hot dish. Back in early March, rumors were flying. ESPN's Kevin Seifert reported that the Vikings were entertaining the possibility of adding Rodgers to the QB room. Fans were split, some drooling over his MVP pedigree, others screaming, "Not him, not ever." Then came the talks. Rodgers and Coach O'Connell reportedly had a lot of conversations, and Kwesi didn't shut it down completely, saying stuff like, "Things can change." It was peak off-season drama. Every Vikings fan I know was glued to their phone, waiting for the next update. Could you imagine Rodgers throwing to Justin Jefferson? The thought alone had my heart racing. But here's the kicker. Despite all the chatter, the Vikings never fully committed. They've been dangling hope like a carrot, keeping Rodgers on hold while they eye McCarthy's progress. It's like a chess game, and we're all watching the board. So what's the move here, fam? Are we playing it smart or just teasing ourselves? Let's dig deeper. Fast forward to late March 2025, and the plot thickens. The Vikings have J.J. McCarthy, the kid we snagged at number 10 last year, who's been rehabbing that torn meniscus from preseason. Word is, he's cleared for action and bulking up for 2025. Our future QB1 is looking ready to roll. But then there's Rodgers, still out there, waiting for someone to call his number. Pelissero's dropping truth bombs left and right. We're in a very small percentage chance that Minnesota opens up. Translation: the Vikings are happy with McCarthy and backup Brett Rippon for now, and they're not chasing Rodgers like they used to. It's a gut punch to the Rodgers to Minnesota dreamers, myself included. I'll admit, here's the suspense. Rodgers might have waited too long. The Giants snagged Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, leaving Pittsburgh as his only real shot, unless he sits out 2025 entirely. Vikings Nation, are we breathing a sigh of relief or secretly wishing we'd taken the plunge? Drop your thoughts below. I'm dying to know. Let's talk stats, because numbers don't lie. Rodgers has 4 MVP awards, a Super Bowl ring, and 18 years of torturing NFC North defenses. 10 Pro Bowls for All-Pro nods, the works. But here's the flip side. 2022 saw him rank 26th in QBR, and 2023? For snaps and a torn Achilles. The guy's a legend, but he's not invincible anymore. Compare that to McCarthy, young, hungry, and untested, sure, but with a clean slate and a Vikings offense loaded with weapons like Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson. Kwesi's been vocal. Naming JJ the starter is the outcome we want. That's not just talk, that's a mission statement. Are we building a dynasty or banking on a rookie gamble? The suspense is killing me. Rodgers could have been a one-year rental, a Brett Favre 2.0 moment. Remember 2009, when Favre took us to the NFC Championship? But now it's McCarthy's show. Vikings fans, what's your vibe? Are we all in on JJ? Or do you still see Rodgers in purple dreams? Let's debate this. Okay, let's get into the Pittsburgh angle, because this is where it gets wild. Rodgers met with the Steelers, Coach Mike Tomlin, GM Omar Khan, the whole crew, and word is the vibes were good. They've got weapons like DK Metcalf and George Pickens, plus a stout defense. It's a legit landing spot for a guy like Rodgers. But here's the twist, he's still holding out. Why? Some insiders, like Diana Rossini from The Athletic, say Rodgers coveted the Vikings gig. He wanted Minnesota bad. Fam, maybe it's the Kevin O'Connell connection or our Super Bowl-ready roster. Yet, Pelissero's calling it Pittsburgh or wait. Is Rodgers stalling for us? The clock's ticking, and I'm on edge. If he signs with Pittsburgh, we're off the hook. But if he waits, could an injury or a McCarthy stumble crack the door open again? Vikings Nation, what's your gut telling you? Are we done with this saga, or is there more to come? Hit the comments. Let's zoom in on Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, our GM mastermind. On March 26th, he faced the press and didn't mince words. We've had conversations with Rodgers, but we're focused on JJ. He left the door cracked, barely, saying, "We don't lie, we're transparent." That's classic Kwesi, keeping every option alive while doubling down on the plan.